Queenie Facebook Live at high noon. Hey, Queenie,
Hey, Doc.
happy Monday, your favorite day.
It is indeed. And today is actually followed by another favorite day. Can you believe 2 years ago yesterday, a lady named Laura Christine walked into No Excuses Networking in Olathe and met the tribe. And that is the coolest thing. No Excuses had been around for a couple years at that point, and we were obviously meeting in person. And you were brought in by another one of our friends, Laura McCaig, and she was a regular as her schedule permitted on our No Excuses Networking, and you got to meet the tribe. And the cool part is they got to meet you.
Yes, Laura 1 and Laura 2.
Yeah, seriously. And we actually have Laura 3 because
We had Laura 3 too, also.
we have Laura in there as well. And she's not in this picture actually, but on the No Excuses Networking, I took a picture every week. And we started out with 3 or 4 of us. And by the time we'd been around for a couple of years, it was up to about 25, which is cool. And since obviously this was summer, our numbers were a little down, which is kind of normal, typical. And this happened to be one of the days that your schedule permitted. And it really, I think already 2 years is just impossible.
It doesn't seem like it's been that, it seems longer. I was going to say it seems like it's that short. I mean, I don't know. It just,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
mean that
like
as an
I've known you
insult.
a really long time.
It's kind of scary. Yeah. I'll backtrack. I'll take my foot out of my mouth now.
No, but I just, like I say, I'm so grateful that I took pictures of these all the time for a million reasons. Now, hello,
Yeah.
COVID shut down, and now we get to have Brady Bunch pictures. But it's just a funny thing to me that it was because again, it even came up as a Facebook memory. And I just thought, OMG, that's amazing. 2 years that you walked into No Excuses, and look how everything has changed. You got your certificate in naturopathy, and you got your certificate in gardenery, and you're a reverend now, a minister. And oh my gosh, it's like accelerated everything in your life in these 2 years that I've known you.
Well, and just goes to show nothing happens by accident.
True.
We're constantly talking about pivoting and punting and by chance, and look what's happened. So
Absolutely can't believe it. It just completely always just makes me go, wow. And just like you said, and I know that what you meant, it doesn't seem like 2 years sounds like a super short time to me.
yeah.
But when you think about all the changes, all the reaches that you have exploded, now your kitchengardenexpert.com business, every single thing, your YouTube channel, your Instagram reels. I mean, seriously, you are a true example of what networking on steroids means. You really are.
Well, and Queenie, you've been networking for a long time, and just the changes in getting to know you. You wrote a book, Networking on Steroids PQ. You've gone international with your networking through Happy Neighborhood Project. And you talk about mileage. I went to Australia today, and you're like, wow, how did that work? But
Yes.
just that whole piece, you punted and pivot, and you've got a YouTube channel and Kathy Chat. Did I miss anything?
Oh, seriously. And that's for me, the growth, I guess you would say. I don't personally choose to stay like stagnant doing nothing. And that's not a good fit for me. So all of a sudden they say you're locked down, and I'm going, so what?
No.
And yeah, and I know for you it was like, I'm on vacation.
Well, and that was my joke, but I had as you know, I told you this, and I probably said it. It was a joke, but I was totally serious. I'm on vacation. I'm not going to plug into, oh, poor me. My business is not, where I think it needs to be, et cetera, et cetera. No, it's punt and pivot. Out of that for myself was podcasting, and I learned how to create my own website. I had somebody else do it originally, and then I took the bull by the horns, like I had time, but I tried, and, and I learned. It took me quite a while, the learning curve, because it was complicated, but I've learned, like you were with the social media, with YouTube and Zoom and all that, you would always say, "Oh, just push a button until you figure it out." We both kind of did that because we both don't like to be stagnant. And it's not a matter of just going, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. There is a purpose in everything we do, to expand our reach of networking and connecting to others. It's all about relationship.
1,000,000%. And I do want to, just as thank you for the 2 years, I would like to read off everybody's name, and I'm going to go around the table as we would have if we were in person. Mary Hiesberger, Judy Lager, Carrie O'Connor, Larry Schneider, Laura McKeag, Laura Christine, Lena Cunningham, Brenda Reinhart, Michelle Cruz, and Tracy Williams. And so during our events, everyone had an opportunity for their infomercial, of course, and certainly events coming up. And most of the time we had the format of basically a lunch and learn. And so we learned from each other, which is my favorite way to do it. And I always had something on the back burner from a standpoint of growth and development that I teach my water team. And then all of a sudden it turned out to be growth and development that we could teach the No Excuses Networking Tribe. And you were a perfect fit for that, because I remember one day, for a lot of people that didn't know you yet, you walked in and I instantly went, OMG, we're going to get along so great. Remember what you brought?
Was it the garlic?
Yeah, it was the garlic. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that is the coolest thing ever. Tell me where you got this. And you said?
From my garden. Yes. Yeah. And actually, I was teaching on that day. It was just a quick, and I passed out bulbs of garlic. I think we had, and that was one of those days we had 25 or 30 people.
Absolutely. Yes.
So, yes.
And that was such a blast because, as I said, it is a opportunity to get to know people. And basically with you, it was a how does your garden grow type of thing. And when you brought the garlic, all the people that didn't know you yet and didn't understand naturopathy yet, they were figuring it out like, aha, what we eat might actually have determine how we feel, what we do, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
a little bit of an icebreaker, huh?
Yeah, I'd say. And
No,
one time,
as you know, oh, sorry, go ahead.
okay, one time you brought in a gardening tool belt and you got to show little shovels and picks and different things that you use when you're working your garden. And for me, of course, it's fascinating because I garden at natural.
What's that? Yeah.
And so I have it delivered kind of deal, but it's back to that same thing. Oil and water, as you talk about with the two of us, yes, but it's also a matter of you never know what's going to spark someone's interest on a topic. And you are seriously great at that, Doc.
Thank you, Queenie. But yeah, I teach on what I love to do, and it's just like you're into the water and you're into teaching and training people about networking. And looking at the table full of people, they all are passionate about what they do.
Yes.
They're into what they do. And that was the camaraderie, that was the connection. As you know, I would show up and we'd be all like talking, catching up, but it was a lot of fun. It was, and I'm very thankful and blessed by our friendship. And I'm glad I listened to Laura. She actually was hounding me for about 6 months. You gotta check out this group. And I'm like, yeah. And finally I was just like, okay, I'll go. And I was hooked. I'm like, this Kathy Weaver chick, there's a few things I could learn from her.
There's a whole lot I could learn from you. I know that for a fact.
So, but it's
Dr. Laura.
Yes.
When is the last time you checked your mailbox and got the coolest surprise in the whole world?
Other than Amazon? No.
Yeah, that I'm telling you what, I think they've got an express drone thing and they see my address and go, yeah, let's drop her something, which probably do. And so it's hysterical to me. Oh my gosh. Yes, besides Amazon, Dr. Laura.
Usually it's Christmas time, or my birthday is 10 days before Christmas. So Christmas for me starts December 14th and goes to, it's been a while. What did you get, Queenie? Cool.
OMG. This is the coolest thing ever.
It looks like a card from Miss Karen.
It is a card from Miss Karen. Karen Reyes, not only did she have a birthday, I think she's going to be 24, not totally sure of her Gigi math numbers, but happy birthday again, sweet Karen. She created
Yes.
our first official logo for Doc and Queenie.
Yes, she did.
So that is, I don't know how she knows that we like purple. I'm confused by that.
I think she guessed.
Yeah. So on the outside, of course, it says it's Doc and Queenie Day, which is actually next Monday. We're super excited to celebrate that. It says happy 1-year anniversary, you ladies rock. And then she's got a picture of you and me on the 4th of July when we did Doc and Queenie on that day. It might have been July 5th, actually. Don't remember right this second. But anyway, this was your flag that you love so much, and my Statue of Liberty. That's my deal. Then it says, attach a big dream to a small beginning, and it won't be small for long. Attach a dream to a small beginning, and it won't be small for long. And I'm just telling you what, Karen is such a rock star and always so incredibly thoughtful. I get a card in my mailbox on her birthday. Now, how does that work?
Well, you know what I got on her birthday, and I will apologize to her because I wasn't on Facebook, didn't realize it was her birthday, but
Yes.
I got my magnitude jewelry. I ordered a necklace, so I was super excited. Of course, I have it sitting over there. I forgot to put it on, but
I think it works better if you put it on.
It usually does when you put it on. Yeah, it's Monday for Doc. And anybody that knows us, Queenie is excited it's Monday, and I'm still trying to wake up, even though it's just high noon and I've been up for hours. Yeah.
Seriously. Oh my God.
But no, I got my magnitude jewelry, which I love. And of course, it's one of my favorite colors is blue.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a great birthday present. Thank you, Karen.
Absolutely. And that is the part that is so fun because I've known Karen for years and I met her through networking. And she's part of the ACA community, American Club Association, over at 105th and Metcalf. And if you haven't been there yet in person, it's definitely worth your time. Those folks know how to make you feel welcome for sure. And Karen's one of the ambassadors, and certainly I'm sure she's on the board for everything over there. And the other big news is she is also seriously one of the master networkers. When she invites you to come to these events, she already knows who she's going to introduce you to. So that really is a very cool thing. Karen has a great way of making everybody feel welcome, for sure.
And that's, like you say, that's what networking is about.
Yes.
It's totally what networking is about.
When we decided last year for Doc and Queenie, this came up, Girl Chat with a Faith Twist, because obviously we needed a theme, we needed a topic. What are we going to talk about? That always cracks me up, like we ever run out of
yeah. Yeah.
And then ta-da, Doc and Queenie logo came in the mailbox. That was super fun. And Grace sent us an actual postcard that said, I can't wait to see what this Doc and Queenie brings, kind of thing. And it's just so fun, Grace Strawn. It's so fun to see how the community comes together. And I just seriously love that. What about this, Doc?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a throwback. That's at least 2 years old.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, that's very cool. Well, in this background, remember who this is from?
Lisa Fredrickson.
She put that together. Was that last? I think it was last year. But yeah, we've got that, and then we also have another background, and I always refer to it as our Barbie pictures because we kind of look like Barbie. It's whatever that new thing is, or the latest and greatest.
Yeah, new app, I'm sure.
Like, even though. Yeah, there's our Barbie pictures. Yeah, there's Doc in the morning and Queenie. Yeah, that's for me. Monday morning, I am really upset it's Monday and it's not.
Well, this is the height of COVID, actually, because obviously we didn't get to see our stylists. For me, and
speak for yourself, Queenie. Opposites on that too. I just keep growing my hair longer and longer.
And so automatically, it was one of those things that my stylist is like, Francie, please help me. It can't get here soon enough. Sorry, honey, we're in lockdown. OMG. And then this one.
Yep. Yes, we were able to celebrate the Super Bowl the first time. Yes, there you go. I was gonna say our little earrings that we
Oh yeah, I
wore.
love those so much. I don't know how you knew I like sparkles.
I don't know. I just took a guess. Do you remember this picture? Oh my gosh, that picture. Yeah, that was a scary picture that we did, but we were kind of I don't know what we were drinking.
That one that you have is from um okay, I
Remember?
guess a water conference in Chicago.
No, actually, that was over in Olathe. That's at Sweet Teas.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's actually, I think, the last time we took a picture together.
Yeah, I
Besides
bet.
all of the, all of the crazy masks.
I
Yeah,
know, seriously.
too much time on our hands, you know?
And then of course we have Doc and Queenie Guest Live was born. And that was super fun that we get to interview. And by the way, if anyone wants to be interviewed, we'd certainly
Yes,
love to do that.
we would love to have you.
We wanted to spotlight our faithful friends on purpose. We got to spotlight several of our sponsors during Doc and Queenie Bingo Night. So if you ever think that that is a good fit for you, don't hesitate.
Don't
And,
forget Bible trivia.
and when is that actually, Doc?
That's Thursday nights at 7 p.m. So, and you don't have to be a scholar. And we do like a little mini sermonette, I guess you could call it, before we start. And we always find it amazing. It's not a, it's, you know, it's no surprise to God, but we always, you might get a word, I might get a word or a verse like last week.
Oh my.
We talked about, I think I had texted you a few hours before and said, hey, come up with 5 verses before we start Bible trivia. And was it 3 out of the 5 matched? And then I just had something to talk about that tied into those verses, and it just, I mean, it just clicked. And then we take those verses and we go to the book.
No accidents, my friend.
So that was a lot of fun.
So
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
do a walk down memory lane. Do you remember this one?
Yes. I do believe that was the week I did not have a phone.
Bingo. And
because I dropped my phone in the toilet. I was on vacation and I forgot it was in my pocket. Yeah, and it went in the toilet.
So all of a sudden I get this messenger sound and it makes this weird bring kind of thing. And I thought, what? I don't even know what those sounds are. And so I went to my phone and I thought, what is happening? And I click on it and you had sent me a messenger message or something. That your phone was disabled and we needed to communicate. I can't remember our next show or whatever was happening.
Something, I don't remember. But then we started playing. It's like, never give us Snapchat or anything that's similar, because then we started playing.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you still have the other picture. We've got a picture where, of course, I have to mention this. We had turkey hats on. And remember, I was cracking up because there was like steam coming out of our.
I remember that.
It had a little timer button on it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, there's Dave and Larry, our mascots. They live in Florida now. They used to live in Olathe, but they moved away from us, and now I get to visit Mascot Mommy. And actually, I'll be going here in a couple of weeks to go roast down in Florida. Speaking of roasts.
How fun is that? Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can. Oh my gosh, that was Halloween. I was trying to see if I, from my discretion topic, got rid of that turkey hat situation.
So obviously we love to have fun. And one thing we've started in the past couple of weeks, don't forget, oh gosh, yeah. Queenie and her mask designership and her hats.
I like a little bit of flair.
Yeah, a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of flair. But one thing we do like to do is we like to talk about the National Day of. And so today, oh yes, sparkly, can't forget that. Sparkle toilet paper. Today is National Bagel Fest Day.
Uh-oh.
For anybody that likes bagels.
Uh-oh.
Gluten-free bagels or not.
Tell us about bagels, Doc, from a naturopath standpoint. I'm thinking that might not be on your top 10 list of good things to eat.
Well, I'm a gluten-free, dairy-free person, so I don't eat them anymore. I used to. I loved bagels. I loved bagels and cream cheese. So do you eat bagels, Queenie?
It's not a good fit for me. I have been to, there is a bagel place in, actually, it's over by ACA, Karen's American Club Association, and I don't know the name of it right this second, but I was there at Olive Tree because I love going in there. Mindy is phenomenal. And literally, people were flying in and out of that store pre-COVID. And so I thought, what is that? And I went in, and the smell was phenomenal. And
Yeah.
so I think they had a, can't even remember now. I'm kind of a grainy kind of onion garlic person, but I said, is that smell the onion garlic combination? And of course the answer was yes. So I did partake of one of those, and it's delicious. But for me, as soon as you eat something like that, you kind of like, oh my gosh, it's nap time or something.
Yeah.
So it actually is not a good fit for me on a daily.
Little carb hit there.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's not my thing.
I love that toilet paper there, Queenie.
Actually, that was a gift from Dr. Laura. And all of a sudden, we were having the toilet paper frenzy with the COVID thing. And so, shortage supposedly, and all that stuff. And so I thought, oh my gosh. So that's when I was telling you, literally, I now have that in my living room on a framed, I do, in a little, whatever
I know
those
you do.
showcase things are contained. And I really did do that, honestly. That is just amazing to me. But
I was walking around Walmart going, how can I make toilet paper sparkle? So I picked up some, glue spray or whatever you call that, contact spray, and a big vat of silver. I couldn't find gold. And of course, I like silver and you like gold. Opposites.
hello.
And sprayed it down and sprinkled it. And yeah, I think I still find glitter all over the place. I'm still finding glitter.
Absolutely. Yes. Back to your National Day of. I
Yes.
also know it's National Coffee Milkshake Day.
Yes. It's kind of a weird. I have you ever had a coffee milkshake? Is that a frappuccino? Or
That's why I was kind of thinking I couldn't imagine what that would be if it wasn't a Frappuccino. I don't know if that's a Starbucks name. So we're just talking about blended coffee with
yeah,
sugar.
just in yeah.
So I don't know if that's the term, but I can't imagine a Frappuccino I have actually tasted before. And I think every conglomerate has the name for it when they want a blended coffee, cold smoothie kind of drink. But those are not a good fit for me either because it's way too sweet. Can you imagine, Dr. Laura, to have a bagel and chase it down with a coffee milkshake? I would think it would be major nap time after that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you would be sleeping and I would be on the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
would
sugar,
be
the
like
sugar hit,
time. Yeah.
especially with coffee.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Yeah, that is hysterical. The National Day of is so much fun. And honestly, you got a beautiful selection of bagels, though. That is actually cool.
I found a great picture. I was looking also, that was the easiest to find for the National Day because it's not only Coffee Milkshake Day, it's also Aunt and Uncle Day,
Okay.
All or Nothing Day. Yeah, so
Yeah,
if you have an aunt and uncle, wish them happy National Aunt and Uncle Day.
absolutely. Yeah. And I think since everything is a National Day of, and yesterday was the celebration of 2 years ago that we met, and now we're going to make Doc and Queenie Day a federal holiday. What do you think?
Sure, sure. We can shut down business, shut down the post office,
Absolutely. I think
shut
that's
down the banks.
yeah, yeah, that would be awesome. And all of a sudden we can just declare it no more bills today day. So that would be kind
Yeah,
of
there you go. Don't pay your bills today. Pay them tomorrow.
yeah, or the day before. That would be me. Hello.
That's true.
But I
That's
do
true.
think about that when in the midst of COVID and the shutdown, the lockdown, and some of our networking groups were, if they weren't Brady bunching, they were shutting down or certainly sparse at best as far as attendance and things like that. So all of a sudden it was one of those, how can we reach the masses to keep everybody connected and together and engaged in community type activities, spirit, that whole drill. And I just can't believe how, first of all, how fast the time has gone. That's the part that makes me nuts. That's just amazing.
Well, in that time, like we talk about how you and I were connecting to different things, and you and I, I don't know about anybody else out there. I mean, we've seen some of our networking friends in other groups and national groups and also international groups. And there have been some great, I mean, we've got some friends like Jody Giroux. She's up in Wisconsin. We've never met her in person. I've Zoomed with her many a times, and actually we're getting ready to do another one. By the way, Jody, if you're watching. But a follow up. She just got home from vacation, so was waiting for her to get back. I'll be contacting her. But we've just met different people through all of this, and actually, I wanted to share what I did today, which was super cool to start my day. I have been following and talking through Facebook with a new friend, fairly new friend. I've known him about 6 months, and his name is Janakuti. And this is not the best picture, but because I took it.
Great.
But he is in India, and he's got a ministry called Lighten Up Ministries. And he just really is a neat guy, and we've been talking, and we've helped them out a little bit with their ministry. He is trying to teach people about the Bible and taking care of widows and orphans. And I mean, really, he is in the trenches out in India. And today we got to do our first Zoom call. And we talked for a little bit just to kind of get to know each other, because we've always talked back and forth through Facebook on instant message. And I'm just so excited. This is that, we can reach with our technology, we can reach to India, to Australia, to wherever. And that's what it's all about. It's connecting. And I'm honored and blessed that my family can help his family and other families that he's helping halfway around the world, and I wonder, if I stayed stuck and didn't pivot and punt, if I really would have been open to even just connecting with him.
When you were talking to him, you said that he mentioned that he actually listens to Doc and Queenie.
Yeah, he knows who we are.
Oh my God.
Hi.
So yeah, I was going to say that. So obviously we are now international, Doc.
We're international. I don't know if that's good or bad, but no. But it was neat to connect with him, and we're going to talk again. But yeah, it's just really I just find it to be fascinating and cool, and it's good to learn about other cultures, learn about other people. I mean, it's all relationship.
Oh my gosh, a million zillion %. And so what happens in a year or two from now, when we're celebrating the 2 years of you and me having met, then all of a sudden now you've got your first picture with this gentleman, and what that 2 years is going to look like in that time span. And those are the kind of things, if we get to make the world smaller, that is the coolest thing for me ever. I mean, absolutely ever. And I feel that is actually our purpose on the planet, is to just connect with people. And now we have been given an accelerated way to do that.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see borders. I don't see borders anymore. I mean, and I think it's a concerted effort. You have to be open to it.
Absolutely. Oh, of course you don't see borders. There you go. I know you can't wait for that.
I can't wait.
Is that the Keys or is that the Caribbean?
That is the Keys.
Okay.
Yes, that's down in Key West. But yeah, a couple of weeks here, I'm going to go see our mascot mama, and we always try to do something a little different every time we're together. And of course, down in Florida, there's more to do than there is here as far as the water, because we both love the water and the beach and fishing and all that. So this time around, we're going to go kayaking on the ocean. So last time we were there, we did actually when we were in the Keys, we did some snorkeling in a coral reef. We were I'm trying to think, what were they telling us? We were about 60 miles from Cuba, where we were at in the ocean, which was kind of like, wow.
That is wow. I mean, seriously, that is a big wow. But those pictures are so beautiful. I know you'll have another fantastic blast being there. Beverly has such a beautiful home. You've shown us pictures of that before.
She does. I've been working on my tan so I don't burn so much when I get down there. So, but it's been hard, here in Kansas City. Like yesterday, I was outside and I couldn't take it. I think I had told you this morning. We talked before we meet on Mondays. I said it was just like somebody turned the faucet on. I've never sweat so much in my
Oh
life.
my gosh, seriously. And then of course, then there's me. Sweat is a normal part of my DNA, but I'm out cutting the grass this morning because the temperature says 76. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking 76 is lovely, right?
yeah.
And
Humidity is 110. Yeah,
yesterday was 95, and I'm thinking not a good idea, heat advisory, blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking 76, I can get this grass cut with no problem. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So as
yes.
people say, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. And I'm like, that means nothing.
Yes, it is summer in Kansas City. And actually, I've been pushing with my business right now with the Kitchen Garden Expert. We're not finished yet. We still have 8 to 10 weeks more of growing, and of course, we're in the height of the heat and humidity. But before we know it, I mean, time has been flying. Before we know it, August is next week.
Yeah, seriously. I saw a little bit of taunting, Dr. Laura, on Facebook. Did you see?
I'm not exactly sure what you are referring to,
A
Queenie.
little bit of taunting. I believe one of our dynamic, faithful friends on purpose, named Miss Debbie Miller, dangled her tomato sandwich at you.
She did. I have not been on there. I'm going to have to check that out. Well,
Yeah.
I'm jealous because my tomato plants are still producing green tomatoes.
And so she made this gorgeous tomato sandwich. And of course, Dr. Laura was tagged in it. And I saw that and I went, uh-oh. So I thought, here we go. Now we're going to have the dueling tomatoes and see how that works. But isn't that a fun thing, though, to be able to grow your own everything? And the flavor is so spectacular. And I'm just here to tell you, even I can certainly tell a difference between the stuff I have delivered and make my own and the stuff that comes out of an actual garden. It really is phenomenal.
Yeah, it just, it tastes better. You know where it's coming from. And prices are going up. I mean,
Okay,
inflation is
so
inflating.
let's think about this. What if you said that we've got 8 weeks-ish to grow in Kansas City? What are you planting, harvesting right now? What does that look like?
Actually, last week, and check out my YouTube page. I've got a little, I call it transition time. We're
Okay.
getting close to transition time. Last week, I planted beans, green beans, and summer squash. And both plants will produce 45 days, 40 to 45 days. So really, do your math. Let's see, we've got August, mid-September max.
Wow.
But the beans, I mean, the beans popped up 2 days after I planted them. So I'm like,
Literally.
I saved seeds. And so I had a bag that said beans on it. I don't know if they're pole beans or bush beans. I'm hoping they're bush beans, because if they're pole beans, I'm in trouble because I threw them in my garden bed and I'm going to have all of these poles sticking out of it. So, but yeah, you can plant right now. You can start getting ready. You can plant broccoli, cauliflower,
Oh, yeah.
Brussels sprouts, maybe in a couple of weeks. All of those are cold weather plants, but you can get them started. Lettuce in a couple of weeks, kale in a couple of weeks. You can throw beets in,
Oh, I love beets.
snap peas. And then for those of us that grow garlic, about the end of September, mid-October, and I'm, jumping ahead here, I do a hardneck garlic. And so I throw that in about that time. And then, as we know, everybody knows, because you and I love my garlic. It comes out, we harvest it about June, mid-June. But yeah, there's a lot you can still do, especially green beans, because if you, I call them succession planting. If you plant them every 2 weeks, you can have a pretty good harvest because they grow quickly. So yeah, check out my YouTube page. I've got a little transition, and anybody has any questions, you can go to my website and email me, and I will be happy to respond. So yeah, it's just gardening, as everybody knows, for me, it's my passion, it's my life. I love it. So
Well, and the good news is you love it, you're good at it, and the bounty is amazing. And now you've taken all of your natural talent that you've had all these years, literally, and turn that not only into a business, but an opportunity to help other people. That's the part that I feel is so cool. If we know something and we keep it to ourselves, for me, that does
Well,
that.
and that's exactly, I'm flipping it back to you, Queenie. That's exactly what you've done with teaching people about networking, social media stuff. You're very organized and you are very good with people and how do you interact with people? What should you think about? What kinds of questions should you ask? All of those.
I forgot actually to mention this. Thank you for bringing that up. I got to do a LinkedIn posting party with Delinda Lane and her Fun Fearless Female community.
Yes.
I think last week, can't remember what day it is. I don't know, but everybody, yeah, everybody liked it so much they want to do another one. So now I'm scheduled to do September 14th with her team again, her community. And I'm so excited because if you don't have much reach on your LinkedIn pages and you need a little more pizzazz, zip, reach out, algorithmic love, organic traffic, whatever that looks like, posting parties are a blast. And I've only known about them for about 6 months, 10 months, whatever it's been. I don't know what day it is again, Monday, I guess. And so now one of the ladies that I love in the coaching classes, Missy Day, is scheduling a posting party with her team. So I'm super excited to meet Missy's friends. And if I haven't already, because several of them with us, we overlapped some of those, but it's back to that same thing. The things that we learn and figure out, I love being able to share that with other people. And obviously now with Happy Neighborhood Project, I'm able to do the posting party with them as well. And it's every Monday night at 6 o'clock Central. So all of these things come around full circle, and it really is so much fun. So you teach gardening, and I teach or help learn myself, anything social media and pushing those buttons. So it really is a phenomenal.
Well, and like you talked, that's a great example. Another great example that happened last week, which I had a lot of fun with, and I know you did, and there were a couple other participants with the Linda Lane's group, the Fun Fearless Female. We did a business brag, as you called it.
Yeah.
And for some people, you might not want to do the video part, but it's a lot of fun and you get to brag on your friends.
Yes.
And that's that same concept of keeping it going and connecting to others and, just creative ways to connect.
Yeah. And that does, once again, keep the world smaller and it keeps people engaged. And then of course we have the people who say, I can't do video. I can't this, I can't that, I can't something. I completely understand the I can't video situation. Hello, let's go there. But if I chose not to do video just because of whatever is going on in your head, then what happens to the reach, to the engagement, to the what? And so that's when I just thought, okay, Catherine, close your eyes, push a button and just see what happens. And the rest is history. And to have so many videos on my YouTube channel now, and then when somebody says, can you teach me how to something? I go through that video link list and see what they're asking for. And I can send them the link to that video if I've shut it off for whatever the group I was doing chose to have it taken down. Then all of a sudden I can keep that private and then I can make it unlisted, share the link with that person. And then they've got all the teaching I did with the other group. And it really does work out so great. I didn't know you could do 3 different levels of posting in LinkedIn. I mean, in YouTube. You got it?
I just got it.
Gosh, I just knew you would. Go ahead.
I'm going to open this. We were talking about mail.
Drum roll, please.
Well, it's a little different. It's a thank you card. Okay. It's from Karen. Thank you, Karen.
How beautiful is that? Seriously,
totally.
Get these cards in the mail is the coolest thing ever. Yes. And we get cards from Karen Reyes on her birthday. That's the part is cool. We get magnitude jewelry from Karen Reyes on her birthday. What does that look like?
I know, totally.
Superstar, no doubt about it. Well, Doc, I got a little bit of bad news.
I know, it's time, isn't it? Got to go back to work.
Yes, oh, well. We've had a break, a little bit of a respite, and now we got to get back at it, girlfriend.
Got to get back outside to sweat. Oh, that's not you, that's me.
I'll watch people sweat now.
It's actually not sweating. It's glistening
Oh, glistening. Okay. Yeah.
profusely.
Oh,
Well,
seriously.
thank you, Queenie, and thank you everyone for joining us today on Doc and Queenie Facebook Live at.
Hi, man.
We look forward to seeing you, interacting with you over the week, and possibly on Thursday at 7 p.m. for our Bible trivia, or right back here next Monday at.
So, did you know next Monday, Doc, everyone in the Doc and Queenie community has an opportunity to be right here on this screen with us.
I am excited.
Yes, the links have been posted, the Zoom ID and password. The password is capital D, capital Q, hello, Doc and Queenie. And no space, by the way. And we really want you to join us right here. We
would love that.
Be a part of this community, and we want for other people to be able to see it as well. And I seriously mean it. It's going to be such a blast 1 year later. Oh my gosh.
I'm super excited. We are super excited. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Queenie, and have a fantastic Monday.
Woohoo!
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Queenie.